Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to our channel. Hey, welcome back. If you are new here, smash that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell, because the content we are about to drop today is absolutely not something you want to miss. And before we get into it, if this video gets you hyped, please like it, comment your thoughts below, and share it with every Blink and ARMY you know. Okay, let's get into it. The brand world has seen a lot of powerful names come and go over the decades. Supermodels, Hollywood legends, sports icons, they have all had their moment as the face of the biggest luxury houses on the planet. But something has shifted. Something massive. Because right now, in 2026, the two most talked about names in the global brand universe are not from Hollywood. They are not from a sports stadium. They are from the stages of K-pop. Their names are Park Jimin of BTS and Lalisa Manohbal, the woman the world knows simply as Lisa of BLACKPINK. And today, we are going to break down, with real data and real facts, exactly how these two became the undisputed king and queen of the brand world, and why every major corporation on the planet is practically bowing down to get their names attached to them. We need to start with Jimin, because his story in the brand world is one that has genuinely made financial history. On January 16, 2023, Dior, one of the most legendary luxury fashion houses ever to exist, made an announcement that shook the entire fashion industry. Park Jimin was named their new global brand ambassador, becoming the very first Asian male in the brand's history to hold this position. Now let that sink in for a moment. Dior has existed since 1946. In all of those decades, across all of the names they could have chosen, Jimin was the first Asian man they ever gave this title to. The reaction was immediate and volcanic. The announcement posts on Dior's Twitter and Instagram accounts became the highest-liked posts in the brand's entire account history, within minutes. Jimin's name became a worldwide trending topic almost instantly, and the buzz was so enormous that major global news networks like CNN reported on the story. That is not typical. That is not normal. That is a man whose name alone moves the needle of the entire world. And the numbers proved it. According to data from investing.com, just 2 days after the Dior announcement, the brand's stock price climbed to an all-time high of €789, the highest the stock had reached in the brand's 31 years on the market. Fans around the world flooded Dior stores globally to buy the items Jimin was spotted wearing. The olive mini gallop bag he carried at the airport on his way to Paris Fashion Week sold out almost immediately. This was not a coincidence. This was the Jimin effect, a documented, measurable phenomenon where a single association between Park Jimin and a product translates into real, immediate, and massive commercial impact. And it did not stop there. By the end of 2023, South Korea's financial magazine Economist reported that Dior had generated over 1 trillion Korean won, approximately $746 million in revenue in South Korea alone, for the very first time in the brand's 27 years of operations in the country. The year Jimin became their face was the year Dior broke their own all-time revenue record in Korea. Coincidence? The industry does not think so. But Dior was not the only major house to experience the full force of Jimin's impact. In March 2023, luxury jewelry brand Tiffany & Company announced Jimin as their newest house ambassador. CNN covered the announcement. Tiffany's executive vice president Alexander Arnault publicly described Jimin as a multifaceted artist and performer who embodies the energy, style, and sense of modernity that defines the brand. And true to form, the moment the partnership was announced, Tiffany experienced an immediate surge in both social media engagement and in-store sales, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region. A single social media post tied to Jimin's appearance during Paris Fashion Week that year generated over $35 million in media impact value, one of the highest single post returns recorded across the entire Fashion Week season. And Jimin kept expanding his brand portfolio even through his mandatory military service. His 2024 song, Who, released while he was serving, became the longest charting song by a Korean artist in the history of the Billboard Hot 100, clocking in at an incredible 33 weeks on the chart. The man was literally in the army and still breaking records. Then came December 2025, and the moment the internet dubbed him the sold-out king all over again. On December 9, 2025, Korean haircare brand later released a teaser video featuring nothing more than a foggy glass panel and a silhouette. No name. No confirmation. Just a shadow. Within hours, that teaser became the most viewed, liked, and commented post in later's entire platform history. And before the official announcement had even been made, fans had already identified Jimin as the mystery figure, and proceeded to buy out the brand's entire product line. According to multiple reports, later's best-selling perfume hair oil sold out across multiple markets before the partnership was even officially confirmed. When the announcement dropped on December 10, 2025, it was almost anticlimactic, because the market had already responded. A brand representative from later told Marie Claire Korea that they chose Jimin specifically because of his luxurious and trendy image and his ability to convey a sensual brand identity. In January 2026, later's new Angel Muguet perfumed hair oil, announced with Jimin as its face, sold out on Olive Young's global website before its official release date even arrived. That is the level of brand power we are talking about, products selling out before they are even officially on sale. And in February 2026, Jimin appeared on 7 different covers of Vogue Korea's February issue, all shot exclusively in Dior, and every single cover sold out on Weverse. Now, if Jimin is the king of the brand world right now, then there is absolutely no question about who holds the queen's crown. Because Lisa of BLACKPINK has not just collected brand deals, she has built an empire that is rewriting the rules of what a K-pop idol can achieve in the global marketplace. Let's talk about the facts. Lisa is currently a global house ambassador for Louis Vuitton, a role officially announced in July 2024. She has been a face of French luxury house Celine since 2020, working closely with creative director Hedi Slimane. She has been the global ambassador for Italian luxury jewelry brand Bulgari since 2020, starring in multiple iconic campaigns including the Serpenti and B.01 collections. She became the first K-pop idol to be the global face of MAC Cosmetics in October 2020, and her MAC collaboration line sold out within hours of launch. She launched her own management company, LLOUD, in February 2024, giving her full creative and financial control over her solo career. She signed with RCA Records. She headlined the Global Citizen Festival in September 2024, her first solo major festival performance. She performed at the Victoria's Secret fashion show in October 2024. And in January 2026, she became a house ambassador for Nike and a Nike Scheme spokesperson. And as of January 2026, she was announced as the guest designer for Kith's Spring 2026 women's collection, meaning she is no longer just the face of brands, she is now designing for them. The Lisa effect is a term that the fashion and business world now uses openly and seriously. When Lisa endorses a product, it does not just get attention, it sells out. The items she wears in campaigns disappear from shelves almost immediately. Her Instagram alone has over 105 million followers, and a single post from her can spark instant sellouts across Asia and Europe simultaneously. Celine has reported that her involvement dramatically expanded the brand's reach among younger, more diverse global audiences. Bulgari saw a substantial commercial boost across every collection she was associated with. And when she starred alongside fellow Louis Vuitton ambassador Saoirse Ronan in LV's Spring 2025 campaign, photographed by legendary photographer Steven Meisel, it was one of the most talked about fashion campaigns of that entire year. In 2025, she also completed her acting debut in HBO's critically acclaimed series The White Lotus Season 3, which exploded her global visibility even further into audiences who may not have known her from music. And through all of this, she is endorsed by over 27 brands spanning luxury, technology, sportswear, beauty, and entertainment, including a 2025 partnership with Sony PlayStation as part of their global PlayStation Playmakers initiative, and a Bose collaboration that produced a limited edition version of their ultra-open earbuds bearing her signature star motif. So here is the question we want you to sit with for a moment, and we want you to actually think about this before you answer in the comments. What is it, exactly, that makes Jimin and Lisa so uniquely powerful in the brand world, more powerful than almost any other entertainer on the planet right now? Because it is not just about having a big fan base, even though both of them have that in abundance. It is not just about being talented performers, even though both of them are world-class at what they do. The answer, when you look at the data, comes down to something much more specific: trust and conversion. When Jimin or Lisa puts their name behind a product, their fans do not just notice it, they act on it. They purchase it. They show up. And brands have years of measurable data now proving that this conversion from attention to actual sales is real, consistent, and enormous. A single Dior social media post featuring Jimin generated $35 million in media impact value in a single fashion week. Later products sold out before their ambassador was even officially announced. The Lisa effect has sold out products from MAC to Celine to Bose to Kith. These are not abstract numbers. These are boardroom conversations. These are stock market movements. These are revenue records being broken for the first time in decades. And the most extraordinary part of all of this? We are only at the beginning. Because 2026 is shaping up to be the most explosive year yet for both of them. Jimin is preparing for the BTS full group comeback with their album, Erarang, set to release on March 20, 2026, featuring 14 tracks, followed by a world tour, the Erarang Tour, launching April 9, 2026, at Goyang Stadium in South Korea and running through 2027 across 79 shows in 34 cities. Jimin continues as Dior's global brand ambassador and Later's global ambassador, both relationships showing no signs of slowing down. Lisa, meanwhile, is deepening her Louis Vuitton partnership into 2026, is designing her Kith Spring 2026 collection, continues her Bulgari ambassadorship, and is now also a Nike and Nike Schemes ambassador. 2 artists. 2 royal titles. 1 completely transformed brand landscape. So what do you think? After everything you have just heard, the stock market records, the sold-out products, the multi-billion-dollar brand partnerships, the Hollywood crossovers, do you think any other artists on the planet right now can match what Jimin and Lisa are doing in the brand world? Drop your answer in the comments below, because we genuinely want to know. And if this video gave you all the chills it gave us while making it, please give it a big like and share it with every army and blink in your life. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now, because we have got so much more incredible content coming your way. We will see you in the next one. Annyeong.